Civil society organizations, CSOs, allegedly uncover over 84,000 underage registered voters in Plateau. Wow. So it's not only happening in the core north, it's also happening somewhere in the middle belt. This is serious. This is serious. All right, so let's see what they have to say on these findings. A coalition of 10 civil society organizations, CSOs, working in support of credible and transparent elections in the country, has urged the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to urgently clean up the voters' register in Plateau State. The group, in a statement it issued in Abuja on Wednesday, said it uncovered over 84,000 underage registered voters across the 17 local government areas in the state. It noted that INEC had, on and in line with Section 19, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act of 2022, published the voters' register in the local governments and political wards for public scrutiny at every registration area across Nigeria. It is against this background that our team of INEC registered CSOs and consultative partners set out to Plateau State, which is made up of 17 local governments, on November 23, 2022, to see, observe, and discover for ourselves the state of affairs and level of preparation of INEC to deliver a credible election in 2023. The outcome of the exercise revealed the presence of over 84,000 underage voters in the published register. We discovered that the voters register is replete with massive underage persons, including persons that are below 5 years old. We also found that multiple registrations about and the cases of Wase, Kanam, and Kanke, Jos North, and Sharabutu in Rehom local government areas are worrisome. Our claims and objections, pursuant to Section 19, subsection 2, 3, and 4 of the Electoral Act of 2022, including printed evidence, were submitted to the electoral officers, in the affected local government areas for onward transmission to the resident electoral commissioner for action in consonance with Section 19, subsection 4 of the Electoral Act. We call on INEC to clean up the voters' register in Plateau and in Nigeria as a whole. The coalition stated in its statement that was signed by the head of Intercontinental Leadership Institute, Prince Stafford Bisong, engaged in electronic transmission of results. In order to gain the confidence of the electorate, INEC should look into the composition, integrity, and credibility of their ICT personnel in the department, as this is necessary in a technology-driven election moving forward. We use this opportunity to appreciate President Muhammadu Buhari for demonstrating his commitment to leaving behind a legacy of credible election in Nigeria by signing it into law. The Electoral Act of 2022, which is truly bringing sanity to our electioneering process, the coalition added. Wow. So this is what the coalition of 10 CSOs, 10 civil society organizations, have gone to Plateau State to look at the voters register in that state, look at INEC's readiness to conduct a free and fair election in that state, and what they discovered is huge and disheartening. They discovered over 84,000 underage voters registered in that state. That some of themselves are even below 5 years of age. How could this be? And they will come out to tell us that the Hausas, the Northerners, they have a very large population, that you cannot win election without them. What kind of population is that? Now look at what is being uncovered. The INEC is a culprit to this. Because, first of all, the people that got registered did not register themselves. So does it mean that INEC officers who are doing the registration do not understand or cannot recognize an underage person? When you see somebody that is obviously too young, what do you do to verify their age? Or how do you know that they're lying to you? Because these people came lined up, and INEC still registered them. How did they get into a database? So INEC is a problem. So it is obvious that INEC is one of the reasons we've not been having free and fair elections in this country before now. It is quite obvious. All right. Somebody that is underage, below 10 years, is coming to register. You saw the face, you saw the height, you saw the nature, you saw the appearance. You still went ahead to register that person. What are you saying? It's compromised integrity. It is an integrity issue. All right. So INEC is a big problem to Nigeria. They really need to prove to us that they are not going to continue compromising their offices and their roles for self gains, because I'm sure those INEC officers have been paid stipends to do that, and they collected it and they did a perennial harm to the electoral system in the country. So this is very bad. If not that this coalition of CSOs, civil society organizations, went to Plateau State to do this, we wouldn't have been discovered. And look at what is happening in Kano, in the north. All right? The same underage voter, 2.72 million people were discovered. And INEC came to defend it, that all of them were not all underage, that some of them were duplicated entries. Some of them were giving flimsy excuses. Some of them were invalid entries. How? Now, NYC personnel had been caught with voter's card that does not belong to him. Now, one of the APC chairmen in that area also have been caught with over 300 PVCs. All right, that does not belong to him. He's carrying them. So how can we continue like this? Now that man now has been sentenced to 2 years imprisonment or with a fine of 500,000 naira. There should that kind of offense should be 20 years or 21 years imprisonment. So how can we continue like this? That even INEC is in the pocket of the politicians. That is the truth. INEC is in the pocket of politicians. So how with Mahmoud Yakubu and Festus Okoye, perform in such a way that all of these anomalies, all of these irregularities are cleaned up and managed? Because now the coalition has found this in Plateau State and have called on INEC to make sure they clean up that register fast before election time. Otherwise, it will amount to election fraud. It will lead to election fraud. So let's see the comments that people have here. Someone is saying the same INEC that claimed they rejected double registration are the ones publishing multiple registration, even with underage persons. INEC is nothing but a scam, and that is true. They not always boast, all right, they have voting strength more than the South. This has always been their practice, fraudulent elections from time immemorial. This is why the North always claim that they are the majority in Nigeria. Yes, when they are not. They are actually not. It is not new to me, and I lived in the North. So this is how the Northerners used to cheat our foolish Southerners that think that with their educational achievement that they are wise. And this is what that used to give Northern political elite the confidence that they have voter strength more than their Southern counterpart. It is not. They are just putting underage people there and using them. All the APC ruling states are full of 419ers. The same thing happened in Imo State and Kano State. Lagos State put people's PVC inside gutter by the side of Oshodi, Isale. God will expose all of them one by one. Can you imagine? So the people's PVC were put in the gutter, all right, beside Oshodi, Isale. Can you imagine? To damage it. And after they will tell the owners that they should come on, they should go and come back. They should go and come back. They should go and come back. Meanwhile, they are doing something different at the background. APC can only win if they cheat. That is true. End INEC like NSAS. All right. So they publish the pictures of some of them they discovered, and you can actually see that they are toddlers. Look at their faces. All right. We will share this thing online, and people will see that. Look at their faces. This is unfortunate. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment below. Again, underage voters discovered in Plateau State. The register had been marked, sent to the resident INEC commissioner, and to send to the headquarters for proper cleaning ahead of the election, for there to be sanity in the election.